Okay, so welcome back, and we're looking at, I asked you before about dividing your paper up, half and then half this way, 2/4. So you've got your side view up here, you've got your front view. In this space down here, we're gonna do the 3/4 view, okay? And as I mentioned before, this is a block, and we're just simply gonna draw this as a cube, okay? So, get a little tighter. Now, a cube, remember, cube basically is a perspective square. And remember from our earlier discussion of perspective, these lines go off into a vantage point. So out here someplace, you've got this hidden line, the horizon, and these vantage points. That's how you get that perspective. So this, from this distance to here, should be wider than this distance. So you basically have this cube you're drawing, okay? Again, same thing here. These lines go back up to this imaginary focus point up here on the horizon line, okay? And as we mentioned, the proportion is that of 2 cubes. You got a cube here, and you've got a cube here, so we're just gonna stack a cube. So here's our other cube here. And again, these lines converge like this. So there's our second part of the cube. That's our back. And as we mentioned, the back is a little higher, and it still has this perspective. So your lines all should be going in this direction as they converge off to a vanishing point up here, okay? Same thing on this side, okay? So that's our basic structure for the chair, okay? And then what we're gonna do is just keep this off the side here a little bit. And then we're gonna start looking at the design work. So we'll put the seat in. Well, first of all, let's do the legs. So the legs, that's the thing closest to you. So you've got the legs. Again, it's a cylinder. There's a cylinder. We put the other cylinder in here. Okay, and in the back, we go up here to the top. There's a little bit of an interesting little knob they put up here, which is kind of a fun piece of design, okay? And again, you've got now this whole length of the back. I'm not gonna draw that in real dark because that's gonna be covered by the seat itself, or the seat base, okay? So we've got our 4 legs in, basically, that all correspond to this perspective view, okay? And then we'll go ahead and put the seat in. And below the inside of the seat, you actually have another rod. So we've got this, see? So all seats, the thing that's so magical about the shaker chair, it's sort of the basis for all furniture, all chairs, actually. And then if you notice in the design here, they actually have this woven material, probably wood, and thin pieces of wood that are actually woven inside each other. And we can actually simulate that a little bit by just drawing these lines back and forth. Okay. Same thing here, just draw a bunch of lines in this way. Get this crosshatch, kind of look for it. Again, we're just sketching these in. We'll worry about the details later. And then the back. Now the back, you have these 3 back pieces. So we'll put one up here. There's a little half arch to it. And one in the middle. And the one down below. So I got my little bit of this has got a little taller seat back to it, but I think this will work, especially for the sketch we're doing. So that's the basics of the chair. We can put in some of the details. They've got a cross piece here, another cross piece here, piece here, piece there, something in the back. We can put that back in there. So as you start to look at this thing, again, it all started with the cube. See that? And then we just put in our details. And we start adding in sort of the darker lines, stronger contrast. These are curved pieces. Make sure this line is a little bit more curved to it. And then we notice here, you got some shadows to it. These are cylinders. And as we discussed earlier, the reflection study, a cylinder needs a light source here. This is a light source here. But the back becomes the shadow or the reflective surface. Now this is wood, so it's not gonna have too much reflections, but you do have a light to dark scenario. So you can come back in with a slight bit of texture here. See that? So that's our, so just a little bit of a slight dark shadow on the one side. Again, we're looking at the sun or the light source coming this way. So we have a little bit of a shadow back here. And you can see here in the picture, there's a little bit here. Again, that shows the curvature of this piece here.